got what you're saying, but I think it's a cool idea if you and her decide that you're going to, I don't know, collaborate in some way. Maybe just like it doesn't have to be a, maybe once in a while. That might be fun.
Yeah, well, both of our channels are doing okay right now. So it might be better to keep them separate so we have separate audiences and we're not
Yes,
competing.
yes, I get what you're saying. I think collaborations probably work better for maybe really big channels where they're kind of asking for it. I think the audience wants it, like, oh, we want you and you. You know what's weird though, because there were two people that people kept asking to collaborate. And then it turned out these people didn't even like each other. And I was really surprised because their content was really similar, but then they didn't agree on something. And I was like, okay, I don't know. But the audience wanted them to collaborate. And apparently they didn't want to collaborate.
Well, there can be all sorts of disagreements, and even among friends, sometimes disagreements happen.
It was one of the food, it was like different food things. So I kind of have stopped actually. I'm just sort of like, I mean, I would look at some people's content, but somebody just said something I don't know. Like most people are really polite if you leave them a comment. Okay. So
Hmm.
there was another food blogger. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to say this sounds horrible, but I think it's because they're vegan and I don't even think they're nice to other vegans. I just said to this lady, she said that she ate it plant powered and I ate there before and I said, oh, I really like the iconic fries. And I thought what she said to me was kind of rude. Like she could have just said, oh, that sounds good, or I hope you liked it. She goes, well, I've just had the plain ones and they're perfectly good enough for me. So I thought, well, that's kind of weird. I'm just not going to comment on, like, I occasionally comment on people's channels, but I won't anymore if that's the kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I understand. Sometimes it's just a question of tone. Maybe she was having a bad day.
I think I'm gonna kind of go out on a limb and say this, and I think everybody kind of knows it. Other food channels they want people to comment, and I get people, if somebody wrote a mean comment I would get it, but I've noticed this just about like the vegan food bloggers, they're not very like welcoming, like even to other vegans or people who eat like them. They're just very like, oh, like, and the reason, okay, she didn't like because it was something that has plant-based fat on it, because the iconic fries have like fat on them, and I think that's not
Uh,
allowed in their diet because they're like low fat. And I just said I liked it. And that was it. I don't eat it every day. It was just something, it's junk food. But I don't know. It was just kind of funny. Like that's it.
well, I think that fatty food is the best for you. So the more
Yeah,
fat you eat, the better, in
it
my
is.
opinion.
But I'll tell you why I want to eat that every day, because it's fries. So I shouldn't be eating fries every day, like the fry part. But
Yeah, I
the
understand.
topping has fat in it, but that wasn't good because you're only supposed to eat it with ketchup. According, I just was like, okay. But
But,
I don't even
ketchup is just sugar.
yeah, I don't get it, but it's just so weird. Like they're, but I think that's why they're people aren't watching those channels as much anymore, because they even said, "Oh, our views are kind of going down." Because I'm thinking, well, all they ever did, other food bloggers wanted to kind of have like an audience, but all they ever want to do was tell everybody what they should eat and this really rigid diet, which isn't really good anyway. And then people would come back later and say, I had a problem with that. And then they're like, no, you didn't. That's impossible. And then they would get mad like at the people that went carnivore, because a lot of their audience would go carnivore later, and they, I don't know. It's just a lot of negativity. So I don't really follow those channels anymore, honestly. Like,
Okay, well,
yeah, I'm just guess I'm sharing something I'm seeing on YouTube occasionally. That's all.
that's okay. I don't follow that many channels. I follow my daughters. I follow yours.
I follow you. Yeah, and I look at some other things, but not too much anymore.
Yeah, sometimes if I'm trying to do something, so I follow some art channels right now because there's a certain kind of cozy art stream or cozy art blog that I would like to emulate, my own way, but still.
You just get ideas on like what kind of works with that genre, right? Maybe.
Yeah, yeah, because I decided that's the genre I want to be in. I don't want to stress people out. I think there's enough stress in the world. So if people can relax and also enjoy painting, I think that's good.
I think you have a good point. Like it is good to try and I will say this though, like I sometimes think like, okay, oh, like I just tried to do some low key things. Like one thing, it didn't even have sound, and later I added music. But I think they were mad because I wasn't. It was a live stream and it wasn't focused. But I guess I should have just only made in that case if I was gonna do like a shake video, it had to be edited. So I learned my lesson. They don't really like that. But then get this, I put music to the other one where I made the pesto, and that's going up. So I don't know what's
Okay,
going
nice.
on my channel. So.
Yeah. Well, maybe pesto is just something that lends itself to music.
Yeah, I think people like pesto more. Although I will say this, if I'm gonna eat pesto in the future, this is something I want to try. Kelp noodles, because they don't really have any calories in them, and they're supposed to be really good. And you can have like the flavor of pasta without all the calories. And I'm kind of curious. And I'm not going low calorie, but you can make a high fat like sauce for it. Have you heard about
Oh,
that kelp noodles?
no, I haven't. That's actually kind of interesting because my daughter loves pasta, and but I'm trying to get her to eat more fat, and pasta
Yeah.
is not
So
fat.
I'll tell you my story. Like I used to think I loved to eat pasta too, but I made some the other day, and it kind of hurts my stomach now because I haven't been eating it as much. So I was just watching all these videos, and there's like a keto recipe where people use kelp noodles, and it's basically just like seaweed. It's like they use the algae and they turn it into like a noodle. So it's very low calorie, and it's supposed to have like all the benefits of like kelp apparently. So and it can actually taste a lot like pasta because it just takes on the flavor of the sauce, but the noodles are flavorless, but you get that sensation of eating the noodles without the carbohydrate. So it sounds interesting to me.
Oh, yeah, it does. When he first said that, I thought, how weird. Why would you want to eat something with no calories? But because eating is for calories, it's for
No, I
energy.
want to eat like food with calories, like, but here's the part: I just don't want to eat the carbohydrate. So
No, I
yes,
agree with you. I think you're taking a step in the right direction. I think you're doing it right.
yeah, because I was like, oh, after I ate it, I was just feeling like, oh, like I did not feel like because I haven't been eating that as much in the last month and a half, and I just feel it like more now.
Hmm.
That's it. But I think I'm gonna. The only thing is they're so expensive, so I might hold off on a while. Maybe they have it at Asian market and it's cheaper. Like I need to go down. I never go. We have a couple Asian markets, and I never really go explore them. If I feel up to it, I might one of these days.
Hmm.
My sister used to love to go to this Indonesian market, and they were really nice. Like you would, oh, and an Indian market too. You would go in, and they'd be like suggesting all these different things, and they're like, oh, and it smells like fish, but they're so nice. Like they're more like it's a small town market. It was kind of cool, and I was like, oh, you went here? She goes, oh yeah, I like going here because they had different like Asian things that you can't find at the regular supermarket.
Uh-huh. Sounds good.
So we'll see. I just kind of have to get myself in the mood. And as you know, we're really hot outside. So even though I love to walk, I don't really want to walk when it's 110 degrees outside, humidity.
I hear you. I can't stand it when it's like that. I'm so glad I can stay home and I have air conditioning if I need it. Although right now, things are cooling off over here, so I don't
See,
need it much.
that's amazing because get this, like, okay, our summer was hot, I would say, but it waited till like now to get super hot. Like I don't know, our weather is just weird. It doesn't know what it's doing any day. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I never know what the next day is going to be. Like you can't predict the weather, and I can kind of predict when it's going to rain though. Like I can. That is one thing. Like people said, if you watch the sky and you see it kind of get overcast and you see those certain clouds going by, you know it's going to start raining. And I did say that on Friday. I said I think it's going to rain for a little bit outside, and somebody said really, and I said yeah. And then I heard it, and I'm like I'm getting better at being able to see like when it's going to rain though. That I'm getting better at.
That's great. You could become a weather person.
Yeah, I think you can actually like well, people explained this to me years ago. You could just look at the clouds and figure out the weather better yourself than looking at weather.com, which a lot of times is wrong. and like
Mm.
that percentage of precipitation that's predicted, it's not even accurate. It's like based on, well, there's a certain thing that it's based on, but it's not very accurate. So sometimes learning how to read the sky is better than looking at the weather.
Hmm.
No, wake up, wake up, wake up. Did I go to sleep? I'm still here, right?
Did something go to sleep?
No, my computer started going to sleep because I'm on the other computer with this webcam today, and I don't want it to go to sleep, and it starts going to
Uh,
sleep after 5 minutes. So I just have to make sure I hit the keyboard. That's it.
okay. Is it one of those computers that thinks that you're on the battery all the time and doesn't want you to use energy?
You can, yes. But the I think it's because of the monitor that I have set up to it. I need to go in and change the setting on it because the monitor has like this low energy setting, and I just haven't reconfigured it. There's a way you can go in and change it though.
Oh, that's good because, yeah, I hate it when they don't realize that you're on the power of your house and that you don't actually need to save that much energy, you know?
Yeah, I think I just used to like it when it didn't fall asleep. Like I would say a computer 20 years ago and it had a screensaver and they had like the fun screensavers. I was okay with that. And I don't think it makes that big of a difference in energy usage, honestly. You know?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's one thing for it to do a screensaver, but what they do now is your computer acts like it thinks it's a phone and
Yeah.
it's always afraid to use energy, because it might not be plugged in or something.
Yeah, that's true. It just goes dead. The reason they took away screensavers though was because they said the old monitors, like it would the VGA, the image would burn in if you didn't have something to keep moving. And then they kept screensavers longer than that because people like them. But I guess by 2010, they're like, no, they're obsolete. You don't really need them. Probably, yeah, a lot of people didn't need them by then. But I always thought they were fun. Like I used to love the days when you could design your own screensaver or download one. I just used to think it was kind of cool because it was like a little slideshow.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of
Yeah.
retro internet memories, I guess.
Yeah, we had one with Bo on it, Bo's pictures in a slideshow. But what I'm saying is it's not okay that the computer just really goes to sleep. That you tell it to do something like upload something and it goes to sleep and refuses to do the work you told it
Yeah,
to do.
yeah, that's happened to me before, and it's really annoying. So sometimes I feel like I have to monitor it. So I need to go in and change my settings. I know there's a way you can. I just have to do it. Haven't done it though, so I'm watching on the phone just to see like if we have any comments thus far. I haven't seen any yet. Checking. I do like your whole composition here though with the lady. It looks really interesting. It's cool.
Yeah, I can't get her to keep her mouth open. She's an opera singer and she needs to have a really open mouth. And I
Well,
can't. What gets
what if you captured her? Think about it this like artistic license. What if it just happened to be in a moment when she closed her mouth? You could say that, okay?
yeah, but I wanted to get that's what I wanted to get was
I know you want it open. I understand.
it's supposed to be an opera singer, and how are they supposed to know she's singing unless that's
Well,
how oh,
you'll get there. I think it's just gonna take. We have to remember watercolor paint is much more finicky than like acrylic.
I think I'm going to let her mouth dry for a while so that I can do it later because otherwise it's not going to it's
That's
not
I did that before. Did I tell you when I did those clouds? Like I would let it dry, do a layer, do a layer. I did like 5 layers on some of them.
yeah, that makes sense. So I'll just see if I can get a little image of the musicians. They're not the stars of the show, but there are musicians there. They have such serious faces, whereas she,
Is a more expressive type.
yeah, right, because
I'm,
her job is to be an actress and part to sing.
and she has to look beautiful. Like you can't have. I feel like the conductor has to be a somewhat attractive person. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not a professional. It just they always look. I see a lot of them look very attractive. I guess or
She's not
command.
the conductor, though. She's just a singer.
Okay, she's just a singer. I'm sorry.
I mean, she's an opera singer. It's a big deal to have that job, but she's not the conductor.
No, she's the singer, not the conductor.
Yeah, certainly not.
Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just saying I was liking the angle on the face, but now I don't like it. It's just something I'm drawing. I'm kind of playing around with it. I probably would have used a different setup though, because now you can't even see. Like I'm looking,
Uh huh.
you can't even see the lines. Like it doesn't pick anything up. But it's so. Oh
Are
well.
you drawing with a pencil?
Yes, but like look, I don't think you can see anything.
Not much. Not much.
Yeah, that sucks. But oh well, it's just what it is. Okay. I should get the other cord to plug that in. Okay, so you come down like this, you come down like that, you come down like that, you come down like that, and it's kind of skewed because of the glasses.
Is it a self portrait you're doing?
Yes. I'll show you the picture when I'm done, like that I'm.
Okay.
I mean, I could on my phone, I guess. I could find it. It's going to be this one.
Oh, beautiful. Lovely.
Yeah, I do like this photograph. I don't know. I think my hair just looked really nice there because I take it out. I mean, I have wavy hair anyway. The funny thing is, my hair would do that, but just the braid kind of, I like the look that it created.
Hmm.
Probably should get my other cord to plug this in so it doesn't die.
Mhm.
Okay, so okay. I really like that line. It just doesn't feel right.
So anyway, in this Ooblets game, every once in a while somebody says, "I wish there were less government." So it's kind of weird.
So maybe it is a libertarian type game.
It's hard to say because it's not necessarily that they're sympathetic to that person, and the characters say whatever comes into their heads. Like, so there's a mayor of this little town, and the mayor keeps saying things like, "I can't believe my the incumbent before me did such a terrible job. I'm so much better," and stuff like that.
Is this like a? It's not a government. It's not a political game.
No, it's not a political game. It's actually very cute. It's very cutesy.
Interesting.
So you can choose your hairstyle, you can choose your clothing, your style in general, what your house is going to be like, and there's energy. You have to eat to get energy, otherwise you get tired, and you have to rest, and you can trade with other people and buy things, and or work and get paid for it. And you can have pets that are called ooblets who can also help you work.
Hmm. It's a very interesting game.
It is. I mean, it has a really nice style, and they invented a lot of words like ooblets, but that's just one of the words. So they have a lot of invented words in their name.
It's
So it's
interesting.
linguistically interesting too.
So maybe you should. Are you going to try and play it, or just to see, or?
Well, I'm going to see, but I don't have good hand-eye coordination, as you can see right now when I'm trying to paint.
I'm just
So I
not a
can't.
big game person, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah, I don't want to get myself tired. It's on the Switch, and games require repetitive motions, which are not good for older people because it can cause arthritis or something like that. So I don't know. But I'm interested in the game, maybe as a spectator.
Well, you could watch. How about you watch her streams and you could be a moderator when you have time? I don't know. That might be fun.
Oh, I have enough things to do. I don't actually need more. I'm just interested in finding out about, who made it, what's the idea behind it.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, like occasionally. I'm not saying like it's an every week thing. Even. Oh, it's only 97 degrees outside right now. I haven't been outside in a while. That's a big improvement.
Over here it's 76 degrees.
It's 60 degrees only.
No, no, 76.
Oh, that's pretty good actually. That's a good place for. Everybody keeps talking about, I don't know, like Labor Day weekend, but I just feel like it's not as big anymore. Like it used to be, like everybody was going somewhere. I think people just don't have gas money to go anywhere anymore, really.
Yeah.
Even though it came down a tiny bit, it was 4.89. I'm like, oh, you mean you're below $5? But my sister said, what did she say? Oh yeah, she put $50, and this used to fill up your tank like last year. But she goes,
Hmm.
yeah, this barely like filled my tank halfway. Like, and I'm like, oh yay, that's great.
Yeah, $50 is a lot. $20 used to fill my tank.
Yeah, it did. And here's the thing, like they're trying to say, "Oh, we all need like these like wage increases and blah blah blah." But I would rather not have inflation,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And we
They're
know
just
why we have inflation, but anyway.
Yeah, they're stealing from people who do have money. That's what they're doing.
It's just silly. But the amount of inflation in the last it's just jumped so the percentage. It's ridiculous. Some people think that, oh, like come the election, the gas price is going to go down. I'm like, I don't think so. We'll see. I don't know. I just don't drive, so I'm okay, I guess. I'm just lucky. That's the only thing I look out on in this one. But the food is expensive. My gosh.
Well, that's the thing. You can't. It doesn't matter whether you personally drive or not. Your food is part of the gas equation.
Okay, yeah, no, I know what you're saying. That's true. I guess what I'm trying to say is, because I don't drive, I don't have to pay car insurance. I don't have to pay the gas because people here in California, like they drive a lot, and I live more locally. Like some people, they commute a lot, and it's like my mom. Like I can't imagine what she'd be spending right now if she was still working. She said it would be like $500 in gasoline a month to get to work and back. Just
I
like
know, but well, it adds on to the price of our food, is what I'm saying. Even if you
no,
never.
it does. It definitely adds on to the price of our food. It's gonna still. I mean,
No, and food is not something you can do without. You can decide you're not going to go anywhere, or those of us who work online can, but you
yeah.
can't decide you're not going to eat anything.
No, you're right. Like the food is gonna. The inflation at the store is gonna continue to rise. So I don't have an answer for that, but I'm sure you have ideas, right, about what could change it. Maybe.
Yeah, but not on a. Here's my new policy about my channel for
Oh,
painting.
I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Let's not talk about that. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I mean, I don't mind talking about politics. As you well know, I do have political ideas. But what I found is that the people who focus on self improvement and just, improving their art are
Yeah.
doing better on their channels. That's what I'm.
Yes. Yes. I agree.
So I'm going to try to improve my art very slowly and just work hard on it and share it with other people.
That's great. I think that's a good thing.
And I also will show some of I'm not going to be like hiding every mistake I made or anything like that. I'll show my failures as well.
Yeah. No. I mean, I totally understand. Like, it sounds like you have a good like a plan of what you want to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, my other channel is doing pretty well right now, but I know that that is temporary because every time things go well, they're going to get do poorly later, right? It's just all temporary.
I've just gotten to the point that right now there's I haven't really had as much time. I do a few videos here and there, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't really sat down to like edit anything really, really good or even think about it or invest much time in it like I used to. I just kind of it is what it is right now. I'm not even thinking about it anymore, to be honest with you, because it's not great on my end, but it's just not my priority at the moment.
Okay, well,
I mean,
good.
if my channel was doing better, yeah, it would become more of my priority. But the reason is, if the views are down, in my case, I've been focusing on other things. Like that's all.
Okay, well, that's good. Do you have a lot of projects going?
No, I mean just like living, basically, like during the
Okay,
week when I'm working. Yeah, I'm
okay.
just busy. That's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have other projects besides on YouTube, so,
No, no, no. That's what I'm saying. Like I know you do a lot of things. I used to put a lot more time into my channel. I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I thought about doing that again, and I probably will, but just right now, I'm not really. It's not
yeah.
my priority.
Well, my priority is to have more than one income stream, so I'm not going to give up anything that I'm doing. I want because you never know what is going to do well and what it's going to do poorly on any given day. Really, honestly, it's not something you can count on, in my opinion.
I understand.
Well, it sounds like Bo thinks I should pay more attention to him right now. So
Okay,
I'm
so
going to show you what I did. This is
okay.
pretty much it. This is my opera singer. She has a big mouth, as opera singers do, and she is hitting her notes. And in the background, you can see some musicians.
I actually like it. It has like a musical feeling, like there's something lyrical going on with it. I kind of like it. It's cool.
Thank you. So it is a little bit abstract, I think,
Hmm.
um, but it's still representational. You can still sort of see there's an opera singer there, I think.
I think so. I do see her, and actually visually, like her features look very similar to that photograph that you showed me. She had very strong like cheekbones. I see that.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, for me, what I'm doing with all of these are exercises. It's just not something I'm going to frame on a wall, but I learned something from it, and I'm going to build on it in the next painting and the painting after that.
Well, that's exciting. I think that's great.
Okay. So I don't know what's going on with the animal that's outside. The dogs are barking, and then Bo was also um, vocalizing. So I
Okay.
think I'm going to have to end it here. Did you want to show me what you have?
Well, I'm just working. This is the very, 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 very beginning of it. I'm actually was starting to photo edit it so I can see the photo better because the reference I have is a little washed out. So I'm just playing around.
Okay.
Highlight, not highlights, outline. It's an outline, is what it is.
Very nice. Very nice. So
Yeah,
I look forward to seeing that develop.
yeah, she's a faceless creature right now, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you tonight on your channel.
Yeah. So my question is, do you want to paint tonight, or did you want to have a discussion about art? Because I'm game for either one. Maybe you can message me later and give me some ideas. Okay.
Okay. We'll do. We'll do.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good night or
Uh,
afternoon.
have a nice afternoon too.
Bye.